Steve, what about you? What would be your breakthrough technology? I think I know what you're going to say, but I'm excited for you to prove me wrong.
We're not working on teleportation. Right?
No,
there's an A, B. A must precede B, B must precede C, and there's going to be a stepwise process here. And the very first question you have to ask is whether or not you are prepared to spend the resources to go to Mars to see if there's already a biosphere on there. And now we keep offering to Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos the opportunity to have their organization be the one that discovers life on Mars, but part of the problem is you have to get that step done, and that step has to be motivated. So people go explore when they think that they're going to discover what they set out. I mean, Columbus thought he was going to get, India, Hudson, the Northwest Passage, going to Mars to find extant life. You have to have some reasonable confidence. So most of what I do right now is to try to persuade people that life originated on Mars, it survived on Mars, it can be found on Mars, as a way of motivating step A, which is to go look for it. Now let's just say you've taken step A, you've gone to Mars, you've found life extant on Mars, you've gotten over all the gainsayers from Jim Green and all the statements that Viking proved that Mars was sterile, which it did not. But now you're there, and now you got to analyze that life. So what does it teach you about the Martian environment? We know, for example, that the Martian water is very salty, so salty that life on Earth in the equivalent at the bottom of the south end of the Dead Sea does not live in very salty water. But Martian life doesn't have to have the same amino acids and the proteins as we have on Earth. They can have proteins that are adapted to very salty water. The very first thing we would like to do is to understand how that Martian life adapts to the peculiar environments. And then that's step B, but then there's step C. And now it's back to artificial evolution. How can we use that to build our own evolving system so that we can say, I want to make a medication on Mars because we just had an outbreak of dengue, which our teleporter biofilter neglected to screen out, yes?
Oh, no,
and we make a drug for it. And of course, design in chemistry is an imperfect science. That's why it's so hard to get drugs in the first place. But combining design, chemistry, and evolution with instruction from the indigenous Martian life form will be step C, which will get you. Now, then the other question is step D is how do you get it back to Earth?